Tribe, it's self-sabotage week, and so I felt like I had to get on here to talk about this. I have so many opinions about the work we do and about, what makes somebody who seemingly has achieved a lot of success versus someone who hasn't been able to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish in their careers or in life. What sets them apart? What's the difference? And if there's something that I believe a journaling practice helps you form, it's an ability and a discipline to talk to yourself differently. Because when I really sit back and think about successful people who have strategies and habits for success, I really think about folks that know how to tell themselves what they're capable of, folks that know how to remind themselves what they're capable of. And it's kind of easier to look around and look at our environments and look at the people who maybe didn't support us or who told us we couldn't do something or who tried to hold us back and blame a failure or a lack of progress on them. But the reality is that, our dreams can only actually die if we decide it's time for them to die. Like, you can always stay in forward progress unless you quit. And it's kind of harsh to think about it that way and really scary because there's a lot of pressure on your ability to get back up when you have a bad day or when it gets overwhelming and when you're stressed. How do you tell yourself you still have this? And have you laid out a plan to prevent yourself from self-sabotaging? And so that's my quick coaching tip for this week is let's talk through what this would look like. And it starts right here. I need you to do a little reflection, which won't surprise anybody. And this reflection is look back on the things that you've wanted to accomplish. Write 3 dreams down. I had 3 dreams when I was 16 and 21 and 24, or, when I graduated from high school, I wanted to do this. And when I graduated from college, I wanted to do this. And I want under each of those 3 things for you to list 5 ways that you feel you were prevented from making that dream come true. Or if the dream did come true, but it changed, it looked different than you thought. List the things that changed from how you originally envisioned them. And if it came through exactly how you envisioned it, congratulations, by the way, that's very rare. But if that did happen for you, why? What are the 5 characteristics or the 5 interactions or the 5 things in your environment that kept you moving to have this dream come true for you? And so you do that reflection to get started. And what you're gonna see is patterns in your themes. And mine, when I did this exercise, and I did this exercise again recently because I've had some moments in the last year and a half since starting the Daily Boss Up where I felt like, I'm tired and is this really adding all the benefit that I wanted to add, and am I hitting the goals I want to hit, and all the self-doubt that comes with entrepreneurship and anything that we do in our lives. So I've been sitting with that, and I said, I'll do this exercise before I have you do it. And a theme that came along in my self-sabotage, which I would have never thought about it as self-sabotage, is that I overbook myself. I overcommit. And anytime something didn't go the way I wanted, or, I had started a consulting business back when I first became a CFO to help nonprofits, and I remember deciding to shut it down. And so I used that one for sure as what was going on there, Danielle? And in your moments where you're ready to be done with something, what are the 5 factors that are playing in your mind? And the biggest factor always is my schedule and how tired I'm feeling and how overcommitted and stretched and out of balance I'm feeling. And so I realized that I self-sabotage by overcommitting, and it's easy to walk away from something and to quit it if you're just saying look how busy I am. I'm just too busy. I can't manage this. And sometimes it helps me get to lean into my fear and stop and quit something rather than just rebalancing my schedule and prioritizing my dreams and the hard work that comes with dreams and the need to focus and the need to say no to other things in order to make your dreams come true. So that's something that as soon as I wrote that down and connected that dot, I'm like, oh my gosh, this has to be a big part of my 2020 strategy in making sure I don't self-sabotage. I don't sabotage my business. I don't quit on myself. I, give it all. I continue to enhance content and products for all of you. And the first thing I did, and you can all hold me accountable to this, was scale back the number of speaking engagements I did. I did 60 speaking engagements in 2019, and I've committed to only doing 30 this year. And I've been really planful about my speaking engagements and how much travel they involve. And then also just being really thoughtful about how it interacts with my business and making sure that when I'm doing speaking engagements, it's aligned with these conversations I have with all of you who are my Boss Up members. And then, my workshops. I launched the workshops because I need to do more speaking that's, connected to the daily Boss Up, and that I drive the weeks that they happen. And I bring people into my space, and then I don't have to do that workshop 7 times in different places in community. I can bring all those folks who are interested in that here to me. So I was able to start develop strategies because I knew that overcommitment wasn't just a bad habit, it was actually the way that I can self-sabotage in my own life. And so I hope that you all see themes in your work too around self-sabotage as you do this exercise and journal with yourself this weekend. And please share those with us. Send them to the Boss Up, comment on the website under this video. There's a comment section, so send those. And if you have questions or are interested in chatting with somebody about your particular self-sabotage themes, then we're here for that. Let's talk as a community. If you haven't signed up for our Facebook page, it's another great place to see other people's work and see what other people are struggling with, and to remember that this is a community and a tribe of people that we're all working really hard towards these goals. So I hope Self-Sabotage Week has been enlightening without being too assaulting. It's an important thing to think about, is that we're really in charge here, and that hopefully is freeing, although I can recognize that it's pretty scary too. So cheers, and I cannot wait to hear from all of you about your themes and what you might have put in place to reverse them going forward. Bye, Boss Up Tribe.